All right, we are joined by Subina of Cuisine Machine. How you doing?
I'm good. All right. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to talk about your product. I looked at the website, I checked out the video. Very cool 3D graphic presentation of it. So why don't you tell a little bit about Cuisine Machine?
Well, the origin story, I used to be a computer programmer way back when, decades ago. And fast forward to the time when I then got married and children and busy job, busy professional and all that. And I used to come home and every weekend I would actually batch cook for the whole week. And that took time because even though I was doing it in a pressure cooker and it just occurred to me, like, look at this. It's a repetitive process. There are a couple of variables in there. There's you can change the temperature and you can change the pressure, and you can change just the stirring time and that. But
Hmm.
other than that, it's exactly the same thing over and over again. So it just occurred to me that perhaps there's an appliance out there that's already doing it because I'm spending 4 or 5 hours over my
Right.
weekend doing all of that, because each meal takes about an hour to cook. There was nothing out there at that time because we're talking 10 years ago when that idea occurred to me. And now you've got at least multi cookers, but what they don't do is, I mean, it's great. They've got all these programs already in them, but you still have to come back and add ingredients or do something to your meal before it's going to be completely cooked. So what mine does is it all you have to do is just load the ingredients, prep them and load them, and that's it. It will automatically introduce them at the correct time and then cook them at the correct temperature and pressure before opening the next pot and adding the next ingredients. All you have to do is just load it, switch it on, and walk away, and then you come back after about 35 minutes and everything will be cooked.
I looked at it. It's pretty great where, yeah, you put the things in the containers, these little pods, and
Yeah,
then, like you said, your device just adds that at the right time for you.
yeah. Because and what I've got right now is an automated prototype. So and it's working. It's fully functional.
Okay.
So cooked a couple of recipes in there, and I was the one who was programming because I mean I've been cooking for the last 30 odd years, so I know when what goes where and for how long it needs to cook. So I just programmed it,
Right.
and away we go. We just cooked a. Well, you might be able to see, on my website and the FAQs that if it says, is there a working prototype, and you click that, and there's I've got a video of the working prototype cooking the spicy
Yeah.
potatoes, one of my family's favorite
Mmm.
dishes.
And I saw that and I want that really badly tonight. No, but yeah, like you said, you're in the prototype stage now, so you're looking for manufacturers, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the whole goal would be to be a B2C company, correct?
Oh, yeah, it could be B2B as well, because in the sense that if you think about it, I mean, normally when such a huge project or something comes about, it's taken up by the commercial side. So and currently there is a huge shortage after the pandemic. There's a huge shortage of kitchen staff, sous chefs and chefs in
Right.
particular. So rather than, let's say, for example, rather than hire two or three sous chefs in an establishment, you could hire just the one with two or three or four cuisine machines in the back
Hmm.
working for you, because all you'd have to do is you program that, and whatever the sous chef is going to do, the machine will do it, and it'll do it consistently every time. So
Right.
there's that aspect to it as well. So any manufacturers or investors who want to get in touch and actually see the potential and the vision behind it, then please do get in touch with me.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because there are, like you said, a lot of kitchens with not enough people in them, and just having these machines running to do the things that a bunch of humans aren't doing right now
Yeah.
could be super helpful. And also, I think the other key point for me when I looked at the website was limiting food waste because When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, when I cook, I just throw so much stuff out. I have no idea about portions,
You're admitting
and
that?
oh, I'm admitting it. I'm sorry. People can come for me. It's a real thing.
Yeah,
Like so, a good example is I make a spinach quiche, and I always cook too much spinach, and I just like have leftover spinach, and it gets wasted. So that's those those kind of things can be really helpful. When I saw your pods, you put the exact amount in, and
yeah,
that's helpful.
yeah. And also like partnering up with the likes of say HelloFresh, for example. I'm not picking on them, but Marley Spoon. There's another one in America, I think. But these guys are already like doing halfway through what exactly it is that I want to do towards the end. So they've got the prepped ingredients. They're the exact amount of the recipes. But
Right.
the change that needs to happen with the collaboration with them is if they're prepped in the way that needs to go straight into the appliance. Plus, rather than writing out a recipe, you'd have them downloaded, into the appliance or onto the customer's phone or through Bluetooth. So basically, the programming language of how to cook it would go straight into the appliance rather than providing a recipe that a human being has to follow.
Right.
So partnering up or collaborating with these people who already have the supply chain and everything and the suppliers set up already, that would be just great. Just
So
pick
that's
up on
yeah.
their efficiencies.
So that's something you'd be interested in doing then.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, it makes sense. Like you said, there are these companies out there who create these little meals that you're supposed to make, but then when I get them, home,
yeah,
you're like, wait, how do I get this done?
yeah,
And I did also see on the website you had that, yeah, downloadability of recipes, which is important. I think some other products are doing that, but to do it right and to do it with the right machine is important.
definitely. Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this, and also the origin, like you said, where it came from, is something that we all deal with every day. Like we make meals every day, and we kind of would like to have something just do that for us, and not have to
Yeah.
spend so much
I
time.
also suffer from, making the same. I can make like 50, 60 different meals, but at the end of the day, it's the same ones being repeated.
Mm,
I'd love to just go, right, okay, but I don't have the time. So, or follow another recipe, or follow, say, for example, if there is another cuisine I have never made, I'll pick on one, maybe Japanese, supposing I haven't made that. But say with something like this, you have a Japanese chef or you have somebody who already makes them. So you don't have to think. They would have already programmed it in. And voila, you've got a completely different cuisine that's cooked for you and you're gonna have it within say half an hour or so.
yeah.
So
And I think that a point that I want to stress, because I think people see it on the website, and I immediately thought of a different type of setup when I saw the word pod. There's a lot of food tech industry stuff right now with pods that you buy, and like the company is actually selling their own pods. This is not that. This is just the pod is the fact that it's the delivery mechanism of the
yeah,
food into the machine, and I think
yeah.
that's super different and good.
Saves time as well because there's only so much I could pack into the website. So if you're a family of 2.4 children, for example, in the morning you're rushing around getting the kids ready, you can prep these ingredients, and because they're separate pods, you can put them in the fridge
Right.
and then come
Yeah.
back and then load the appliance, and you're done. You don't even have to prep that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
prep it the night before.
Well, I'm excited for you to move forward, and we're going to keep track on the progress, especially with manufacturing, and maybe some fellow partners who might be watching this video. Before I let you go, why don't you let us know what else you're excited about when it comes to the future of food and technology?
It is basically just the automation side of it that is getting me excited. That there are lots of companies like I keep following. For example, there is this pizza delivery, not a pizza delivery, sorry, a pizza cooking.
Mm,
They've got this huge robot kind of thing which dispenses freshly cooked pizza there and
mm-hmm.
then. So it fresh meals that excites me. The fact that farm to fork, if that time can be reduced, then there's lots of work being done on that automation side, reducing waste.
Hmm.
There's a lot of it I read, refed and NRDC, and it's heartbreaking that there is so much hunger, and also there's that we can feed everybody, but it's getting to them. But there are lots of companies who are doing all that, and it's really exciting reading up on that. So
Yeah, and also adding to the nutrition angle of like all of us eating better because,
yes,
I knew I grew up with not the best stuff. I mean, my mom made some great things, but it's difficult to get fresh ingredients and to get the kind of knowledge and understanding of how to make good stuff.
yeah, that too. And you just
And
don't
I
have the time. Your mom probably hadn't
no,
had the time, you
no,
know.
she did not.
There you go.
Yeah,
So and this invention is born out of the fact that I'm a busy working professional and a mom.
yeah,
So
perfect. Well, we're excited to learn more and to follow your progress. And also, I apologize for wasting all that spinach. I'm just going to say it again. I'm sorry, but it happens. Maybe I need your device.
it's, yeah, I know. I mean, come on, who's listening out there? Let's do this.
I know. I'm going to get the prototype. I'm going to say, I'm going to ask for it. Sabina, thanks
Definitely.
so much for being here. And everybody check out Cuisine Machine.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.